From the KBIA Newsroom in Columbia, I'm Kaylee Yanagita. Naloxone is a life-saving medication that can reverse an opioid overdose. Now, it is largely available across Missouri, but as KBIA's Rebecca Smith reports, a proposed budget cut could dramatically reduce its availability.
The current budget proposed by the Missouri House cuts more than half the funding for naloxone distribution. Rachel Winograd is the director of addiction sciences at the University of Missouri St. Louis, which coordinates the distribution of the medication in the state. She says this funding pays for naloxone used by Missouri first responders.
Local agencies would have to make the impossible choice of funding their own naloxone, which could amount to tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars, or going without this life-saving antidote.
She says in fiscal year 2025, this funding was used to distribute naloxone to more than 800 frontline agencies and to train more than 34,000 first responders. I'm Rebecca Smith, KBIA News.
And as the Missouri Tigers prepare to take on the Miami Hurricanes Friday in St. Louis, Missouri basketball fans are seeing high ticket prices for the de facto home game. Missouri Business Alert reports the Tigers March Madness game is among the most expensive in the country, with the cheapest ticket at the Enterprise Center going for $226 as of this morning. St. Louis businesses, such as sports bars, are preparing for crowds and are hoping to cash in on the large number of locals expected at the game. To engage with locals, the Mizzou Alumni Association will host a pregame event at Ballpark Village. And a St. Louis University poll of 900 Missouri voters shows 47% support an upcoming ballot measure that would ban abortion. That's about the same support as when a constitutional amendment allowing abortion passed in 2024. The initiative would also ban surgeries, hormones, and other procedures for transgender minors. Poll director Steve Rogers says opposition to gender-affirming care could sway voters in a different direction than in 2024.
I think a critical aspect of it is that there are also going to be restrictions placed into the Constitution regarding gender-affirming care. And so I think this is going to be the key difference between what we saw, say, 2 years ago and now.
Voters will decide this year's measure, also called Amendment 3, in November. And enrollment for the 2025-26 Affordable Care Act marketplace ended in January. New data shows about 365,000 Missourians signed up, roughly 10% fewer than last year. Harvard University marketplace policy researcher Rachel Swindle says that drop could have long-term effects.
As those younger, healthier people exit the marketplace because their premiums are going up, the risk pool gets sicker and more expensive to cover from the insurance company's perspective.
Swindle says enrollment numbers could fall even further in coming weeks because many people were automatically re-enrolled and are still within the grace period to pay their premiums. I'm Kaylee Yanagita, KBIA News, Columbia.